Okay, so this hive a week ago now, we were having heaps of trouble with moisture getting in it, and the frames were mouldy, and you saw in the last video. So we asked for comments and stuff about how to solve the problem, and then we ended up just doing a little research on Google ourselves, and some people suggested that we put some paddle pop sticks to prop the lid open up at the back. So I ended up using some matchsticks. So if you have a look at the back here, you can see the matchstick just there and here over this side. And I use them just to prop it up. So now we're going to open it up and have a look and see if the moisture problem is gone. A lot of people also said that it's just because the hive wasn't very strong. So we'll see what goes on.
You also changed the lid.
Yeah, we thought it might be that it's a leaky lid. So we put one of our other lids on to see how it goes.
We also had a box of honey up in the top, which we took off because the bees weren't in there at all. And the less room they got to keep warm, the better.
Okay, so let's see, they've stuck that down really well. Like last week I couldn't even lift it up. I could lift it up just easily, but so what happens? All right, how are we going there? So there's one of the matchsticks, and here's the other matchstick stuck up here. There we go, so it looks a little bit stronger. If we look down on this side, you can see, yeah, so the bees are in this side now, whereas they weren't. It's still like a little bit moist up there, but that could be just because it's drying out still.
And there was no comb on the right side. For some reason they were building all on the left.
We don't normally put the wax moth, the hive beetle traps in the brood box, but because it was only a brood box, we just thought. So this one on the outside is totally empty because it like was mouldy and yucky and gross, so we got rid of that. So they're starting to build down off that. It's a little bit moist though. It's a lot drier than it has been though.
Because water was pooling on the top of the frames.
And like now there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames of bees, and even this side's pretty chockers full of bees, so it's much stronger than it was. Like I think maybe there was 3.5 last time.
How do you count frames of bees?
Well, it's like the gaps between the frames, if they're full of bees all the way up to the top, then that means it's a frame of bees. Okay, here we go. So they're starting to get some nectar into this one. There's a big hive beetle.
That's why we've got the traps in there, because it's a slightly weaker hive.
Yeah, and see here they're putting nectar in there.
Yeah.
How are we looking on this side?
We also mentioned in the last video we were going to put the honey frames into the freezer. We ended up throwing them out because they were overrun with mould. So they've got that's probably why they're storing the honey or the nectar into these frames.
Well, they normally do anyway. Let's have a look at this. So there's still no brood. Let's look at the nectar there.
And pollen.
I can't see any pollen. Oh. No, there's no pollen, I don't think. There's a bit of capped honey up the top. Lots of nectar though. It's definitely a lot stronger than it was. Still not strong enough to put another box on top, I don't think. So we'll just...
And last time we saw the queen, she was a beauty.
Yeah, she was a huge, really big queen. Oh geez, this is heavy. look at all the capped and the nectar in there. There's some larvae in the middle. Can you see that?
Not on the camera.
I'll
Don't
shake
worry.
it off a bit. Yeah, look here.
Oh yeah, got some now. Oh yeah.
I'll just have a quick scan around, see if I can see the queen on here. Doesn't look like she's around. Bit of brood on the back there. Not much. Hopefully there's a lot more brood on the...
Oh,
And then-
there's some larvae as well.
Yeah. So from removing the top box of frames, maybe it's made it a little bit better, I think. And this hive is going from strength to strength now. So I think we'll do another check in a week and see if it's a lot stronger again.
And it's also springtime, so honey's coming in like mad. How's that one looking? Good.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. You can see actually, I learnt this, well, like I knew it before, but I got sort of re-educated. There's a lot of sort of dry larvae, which means that they've been a bit hungry, which is strange.
What's dry larvae?
See, you can see in here, in that one just there, see right there?
Mm-hmm.
Can you see that white dry bit?
When they're not sitting in nice pools of jelly.
Yeah.
So if the larva's a bit dry looking, they're hungry because they're stealing all the jelly from the larvae.
To feed themselves, but here's a nice set of leg warmers just here. Pollen, so she's bringing pollen in. Pollen's super important. Some people say it's more important than the nectar, but I'd say it's probably 50-50. How nice and quiet are these bees? Not angry or anything, they're just doing their own thing. Probably because all the foragers are out foraging. It's an interesting thing. Foragers can't process the pollen, so they have to be fed by the nurse bees. So that's nurse bees feed the young and they feed the foragers. There's a lot of the dry things, dry larvae.
Maybe should we steal a frame of honey from another hive and
Oh
put
no,
it in
they've got the
this
honey.
one?
They've got lots and lots of honey and lots of nectar coming in. So I think they're just like it was starting to die. So
Or do we give them a frame of comb so they don't have to build this one on the other side?
possibly.
I reckon we grab a deep frame of comb from another hive and put it in there.
Well, we're going to have to organise that outside the video. Hey, look, there's the queen.
Oh, where?
Just there. Look how big she is. Big and beautiful.
Yay! Don't often see them, but because this is such a small colony, it's easy to detect. Well done. Don't
Yeah, she's
often,
a huge queen.
yeah, you don't often see the beautiful beast like that. At least she's still there.
We'll have a quick look at these last two. And then we'll close this one back up.
Not much brood.
Yeah, there's plenty of brood. It's just there's brood on this side.
Is it?
But you saw the queen there, so she's definitely there. Be super careful so we don't knock her off. Now this is another one of the empty frames that we put in. Let's see how they've gone with that. So they've built all this themselves, and look at all the nectar in there. So I think that it's just they're starting to get strong again.
Looks like a top bar frame hive.
Yeah,
The way they built the comb.
I'll build it all out, I guess.
So you're happy with this hive?
I am happy. I'm happy with it. I'm going to stick those matchsticks on again because I think that was a good idea. So maybe, like you said, we should
Do that now while we're on camera.
So, do you agree? We'll get a frame out of this one that's like basically made up of wax. It doesn't have to have honey in it. Just makes it easier for them to. They don't have to concentrate on building out this whole frame. They've half built out this frame, so we'll just grab one out of here.
To give him a helping hand.
We'll swap this empty one into here.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Oh. It is.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, sorry about the poor camera work.
This has got lots of honey in it, so I think they'll be happy with this one.
He just gouged
Took
it.
a big gouge out of the side of it every time. Shake as much of these off as we can.
I thought we were just going to give him a clean frame, like with no honey in it, so they can start laying brood and stuff in it. But that's all right, they'll work it out.
Well, like, this will help them out a little bit as well, I guess. I guess it kills two birds with one stone. This one that looks fairly busy and full will give him something to do. So we'll just put that in there. Some people don't like to swap their frames between hives, but I look at all our hives as one unit. And yeah, so we just use all our stuff interchangeably between our hives. I guess it just means if something goes wrong, we have to get rid of all of them rather than just a single hive. There we go. So yeah, this one looked pretty heaps stronger than it has been. And now we'll close it back up again and we'll check back in and we'll just put this the hive beetle trap back in there because like there's no other boxes to put it in. Obviously we'll put that back in, we'll put this lid back on, we'll close it up and then we'll check back in a week's time. Although there is one thing that we need to do. I said that we'll put the matchsticks back on. So where did they go?
One's still stuck to the lid.
Oh yeah, one's still stuck there. Oh yeah, and the other one's stuck there. Silly me. So it'll be perfect. We'll put that down there, put that down there. And there. So there we go. We'll see how that goes in a week's time. We'll check back in with another video.